Now you are going to take all of your drape, just like before, and you're going to attach it to your crossbar. Now notice I didn't remove the crossbar because with a ceiling, if you're going to create a closed ceiling, you should have the crossbar attached. So we're just going to take the crossbar down, thread it the proper way. Go to another drape. So you just want to continue draping, threading your drape. If you're using some thin fabric or translucent fabric such as this chiffon or anything sheer, I highly suggest you using 1 panel per foot or as close to 1 panel per foot as possible. Need some more drape. Oh, that's the one that's not sewn. Tell me this ain't sewn to you. Oh, okay. So once you have all of your drape, you have 2 options here. One, you can leave the front of your drape covered. You can leave the front of your drape straight, just like this, right? Meaning you don't have any floral attachments in the front. Or you can, at this point, replace your floral arrangement if you want to do so. So for the sake of this tutorial, I am just going to take all of my drape and flip it over to the inside, right? Because this is how I'm creating my ceiling. Okay, now that I have all my drape on the inside, I'm pretty much going to measure them out. It don't have to be perfect. It just should be, your middle definitely needs to line up with your front drape middle. And then just kind of bunch up the rest to kind of give you some closed gathers and some pleats, right? Now, if you want to replace the floral beam, only thing you would do is just snap it right back on there, right? But I'm going to show you guys how to just continuously go to finish creating your ceiling. So now I'm on the inside of my canopy, right? So now only thing I want to do is pretty much just evenly disperse out my panels. Kind of make sure they have a couple of pleats in them. Make sure they're overlapping each other, because you don't want to be able to see the underneath. You don't want to see where they actually separate. You want it to look like one full cover, right? So just keep on constantly making sure they're overlapping, and definitely make sure your seams is not showing. So from this point, the only thing you want to do, you want to take each of your 4 drapes, and now you're just going to drape it over your back drape, right? So I'm just going to pretty much throw it over. Same thing with this one. Throw it over. All right, now I'm trying to see now where can I place it so you can see me in the back. Well, no, I can still operate right here. Okay. So now, depending on how high your backdrop is going to be, and how low you want your swag to swoop this is where you pretty much now are going to make those necessary adjustments. So you want to start from your furthest panel on the outside, right? And you want to layer it, make sure it's across the entire backdrop. And make sure it has some nice pleats in there so it's everything not bunched up looking, right? And then just make sure this the part you want to make sure it's even. You don't want this part to be raised and then this part to be low. So you want to make sure that all this is pretty even. And then you go to your next drape. And pretty much just make sure it's lined up. So now you want to take your next panel and you're going to do the same exact thing and make sure you're covering any gaps, right? Just make sure it's overlapping. And you're pretty much just going to do the same entire process for all of your panels. And again, be mindful what you're looking for. You want it to just look like one smooth motion, right? Especially on the underside. So then you'll take your third panel, or your next panel rather, and do the same exact thing. Just like that. Making sure your panels are overlapping so it doesn't look like it's not even, right? It should look like a slope all the way across. Then take your last piece, close up the gap. Close up that all the way over.